Hi guys, Patty from Patty's Crafty Spot, and we are about to start part 2. And let me show you what we are going to be making in this video. So real quick, let's go over the dies. So for the binding system, for all of my black cardstocks, we are using the Crealies Next XXL die number 24 rectangles with a stitch line. We're using one of my favorites, and this is the Crealies Next XXL number 95, and this is with the rough edges. Of course, keeping with the theme of our album, which is every page is going to have a star, using the Crealies Next XXL dies number 102. This is the star one. And we're also going to we're going to go ahead and create the binding system. So for mini albums, binding D, this is one with the wider gusset right here, so we're working with that one. And we're also going to create some flaps, so I use the binding system C. And for some of our decorative edges, I used on the edge die number 45 along with number 50. And I used the one that matches 45 on the one that's 50. So let me go ahead and show you what we got. So the next video we will work on the cover and on the inside cover page, as well as the outside cover and the outside cover page. So we'll work on those in the next video. But as you can see me, as I go through this, you will see what I decided. I did decide, because of my center pages here, I wanted to actually go ahead and get this in the binding system, so I knew what I had to work with, because I didn't want to make my pages too chunky along the way. So I wanted to see if I needed to do some thinner pages, which I did. So that's why we have this simple little page right here. And it will work to hold a nice little photo under the star. So it tucks under this star, and this star is completely glued down, but it just gives a nice little design element if you don't have anything in there. Then we open up, and this is one of the pages that I show you how to make. It's got a magnetic closure and also has some stacked pockets right here, just like that. This we made in the first video, so a little side pocket page with a little acetate window pocket. And then we flip over, and we have the star of the show, the center part of our album, which we also made in the first video. So these keep our pages closed. This folds up, so if I work it over this way, the pages just flip and they get smaller and smaller. And that was in the first video. I showed you how to do it. And if you look at it like this, it also looks like a stack of presents. So that folds up, and then this side mirrors that side. Again, the same thing. They open all up. So a nice lot of photo mats right there. And then the little star closures with the strings. And then also too, these are little pockets, so we will put a little tag or something in these little pockets here. And then we open up, and again, this was also in the first video, so this is a top loading pocket. And then this one again we made in this video, which are little stacked pockets right here and here. So there and there for photos. And then that open up to the back page, which again is that fancy little pocket right there. Alrighty, so anyway, I have a tutorial following on those additional pages, and I hope that you will enjoy it and have fun, guys. Alright guys, so we are going to go ahead and start part 2 of this video series. Now, because my center pages here with the stars are kind of thick, I wanted to see where I was at, and I was going to create all the pages first and then add them, but I'm not quite sure how thick I can go on my other pages. So I'm actually going to go ahead and assemble the album spine. So out of binding system D, you're going to need to cut 5 pieces out. So 5 pieces, and then we're going to attach them together. And one of the things I already went ahead and did was I drew a line 3/8 down. I'm not sure how well you're going to see it, but I do have it 3/8 down. And I'm going to go ahead and glue, because I seem to like the gluing method better than the tape, because I do get a little bit of time to play. So go ahead and get started, and I'm going to glue these together, and then we'll get these attached. So, and line them up. And the glue, I find, I've been doing the glue a lot lately because the tape, it's kind of one of those things, once you get it stuck, it's stuck. But kind of like in the gluing, I feel like I have a little more control when I glue them together. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. And the 5, I believe, I have to double check it, but I believe the 5 hinges will give me a center section for that center star page that I want to put on. So once I know we're lined up, get it stuck down, and we're going to put a harder spine piece on it, so you don't have to worry too much about getting it super tight. I'm focusing more on making sure I'm all even. That way my spine piece will go on nice and flat. And I'm also using my fingers so I can feel the difference, like right here. So I can feel that they're where they need to be. And then one more. And then we'll go ahead and put this one on. And I think I'm going to have to go quiet the house down. So let's get this on first, and then I can go do that. Alright, and then this attached. So here we go, we have nice and even, so this would be the cover of this page. Yep, so then our center section will go here. So I'm going to quiet the house down, and I'm also going to go ahead and add some tape up to where my line is. You can kind of see it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and added tape to my binding system, and I also snipped all the corners just a little bit, just because when I add my pages, I want to make sure I don't have any overhang. So by snipping them, the corners off just a tad. Well, you can see it, but all I did was just take my scissors and just cut from the edge of the tape up, because that's where my page is going to go. So let's go ahead, and I want to do the center pages first because that's my main point of this album. So those are going to go here, and that's my pocket there. So my pages are going to open this way. So this will be the left side, and that will be the right side. And then this is my binding system, so we're going to go with the center. So I'm going to flip all of this back just so I can get it uneven, and I'm going to attach it just like that. So let's get those on. Add that. And then I'm going to flip it backwards so I can do this. So it's nice that because you don't have a hard spine just yet, you can manipulate these pages so you can get them to flip around for you. So do this one. There we go. Have that. So that will be my center portion of my book. So I think we're still pretty good. And let's go ahead and add these pages on. So these are going to go to the back side of this book. So the one that we have, the opening to the side, we want to make sure that's to the outside. So let's put my book back normal. So it would be like that. So then this one is going to go on the back side. So technically this would be page, you'd have cover page 1, 2, 3. So technically this would be page 4. And I want the opening here, because if you were to put it on this page, your opening is going inside the book, and if you have anything that's a little thicker, it's going to be a little harder to get the book to close. So I want to do it on this part right here. So then this is going to attach right on top, and I need to add some tape. So that side will have tape, so I need to do tape here, here, and here, because this one's going to be completely sealed. So we're not going with any hidden pockets on this one. There's a lot going on these pages here, so I don't want to bulk it up too much. So we're going to go ahead and attach these down. So let's make sure we're not upside down. So this is the way, and this is going to go right on top. So we're going to line all that up. So I'm going to do this part first, I think. So I'm just peeling these back a little bit. Because then I can pull them off afterwards. So I am going to make sure that I am, actually no, I'm just going to cut them. Didn't get in my way. So we're going to go ahead and, oh, excuse me. So I'm following my line. And that looks like that will be good. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get that stuff down. And I'm going to use a bone folder. Okay. So now I gotta take this tape off, but I want to add some glue here. So let me get the tape off. And we'll add a little extra glue. So just in case the tape doesn't stick, our pages will stay stuck together. So, because with these being pockets, they are going to get a little more use. So, alright, so now we open like this, and then we're going to go like this. So now we're going to put the top loading page right here. So let's get that one taped. So I need to tape this way. Just be careful when you are doing this, how you push down on your book, because you don't want to collapse your pockets. So you need to do this side. and then the top. Okay. And so I'm going to put this here. So again, I'm going to cut back my paper a little. And I'm cutting this back just because it overlaps on this tape here. Okay, and make sure again, always double check that you are lining it up. Alright, that'll look good. So let's get this attached. So, alright, and once you're happy with it, stick it down. Okay, and then now I can take the rest of the tape off and it's coming apart. Oh, that's that one. Alright, so let's get this tape off and then I can add some glue. This is going to be cute. I have some fun ideas for the spine and the front cover, so I'm excited to give that a try. So, lined up there. And then make sure all stuck down again. Alright, so that's the center and the back. So this is what we have. So we'll have a pocket there, our center fold, and then the back. And then we'll have something that will slip in here and slip in the top. So, and I'm glad I did do it because right now this part here without anything in it is pretty thick. So I can't go too wide on the other pockets. So I think this inside page and this inside page we will probably do a very simple, maybe a flip out page. Oh no, we have these flip out pages though. Let me think about what we're going to do on the other portion and we'll come back and make that one. So we're going to get started on another page. So this page here has a little flap with the star attached and opens up and it's kind of a stacked pocket. And for this one I have, as you can hear, a magnetic closure. So we're going to go ahead and recreate that. So what you're going to need is from the Crealies XXL dies that we've been using, number 24 for our base pages. You will need 2 of those cut out. Then we're going to go down a few sizes, so let me see what I cut out. So let me try to line these up real quick. So here's this one, this one. My magnet's sticking to it. Alright, so we have our largest one for our base page, and then I used, so say if you count down 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to use the 4th one down, and that's what I used to go ahead and create this one here. And for my pattern paper, I went ahead and used again the Crealies Next XXL 95, and I used these ones here that matched up where they were like the next size down. So this would have been probably 2, and then this one would have been like the 5th one down. And what you want to do is be able to leave an edge for that. So 2 of the big one, and then 1 of this, because it's going to be a flap. Then you're going to need the binding system C. You're going to need 1 of these. I used my star because it's part of my closure. And for this one, I used the 3rd size down. So I used the 3rd size down for the black, and then the 4th size down for my pattern paper. So that's what I used for those. And we are also going to need on the edge die number 45, as well as the matching shape that's a little smaller, which is number 50. So I'm using this one here, and then the one next size, or smaller size. So, oops, can't even see them. So we're going to use those ones. So number 50 and 45. So to get started, you're going to need 1 of your base pages, and you're going to need your binding system and the smaller flap. So what we want to do is attach this to this first. So what I'm going to do is line this up. So I just do a line for the size that I needed, and we're going to cut that off. Now this one works out good because once you put items in your pocket, your flap already has the expanded portion here, so you can go ahead and add items and the flap's not going to get caught on anything. So let's go ahead and attach that. So let's get some tape on there. Okay. Now I want my flap actually to attach to, well, let's put this one on first and then I'll show you. So I'm going to trim my edges just so I don't have a lot of overhang, just in case I'm not exactly even. And that's where I want to put it, so I'll go ahead and attach that. So I'm attaching it right up to the spine, the gusset piece. I'll show you in 1 second. So as you can see there now, if I fold it over, so we're attaching it to this side. So now I actually want to put this on the back side because I don't want to have like this piece over here and then add my pattern paper to the top. It just keeps it nice and neat. So to do that, now I'm going to add tape to this side. So if you were doing it, let me show you. So this is, say this is the binding piece because this is the piece we cut off. So basically I am adding tape to this side, and then if you were to open it up, this side here. Alright, and so the net front is nice and neat. This is where we're going to have our pattern paper hiding that spot. Oops, wait a minute. I almost forgot. I have to cut this first. I almost forgot. So we're going to run that through the machine first. So I'm going to use on the edge die number 50. And I want to make this the same. So I am going to line it up and make a mark. So I am approximately 3 1/4 inches down. So let me make a mark on this side. And I'll make it a little darker here. So that's where I want to go ahead now and cut this part out. So this is what we're doing right here. Glad I realized that, because I would have to take it apart. So I'm lining up my die. I'm kind of centering it to this spot. And let me cut that out. All right. All right, and there we go. So now I have this part here. So this is basically what we're looking at. So that will be this. And then our star is going to end up going over the top of that. But we need to cut our pattern paper first. So the way I'm going to do that is so what I like to do, this is something new I've tried doing over the weekend, and I found it to be a little easier. So let me show you. So this is the front. I'm going to put a little piece of removable tape right here with the sticky side up now. And my pattern paper is going to go face down on top. So what I'm doing right now is I am looking to exactly where I want this to go, and I'm going to stick it. So this leaves me the border that I'm looking for. So I'm going to flip it over and take a pencil, and I'm going to trace out where this is. And I can take that off. So now I have my pencil line. So now I can go ahead and take this piece right here, and I'm going to lay it on just right here. So I'm just under my pencil mark. Right there. So my pencil mark, you can't see it, but it's right there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, but I'll be right back. Alright, so I have my pencil line, and I got this just under the pencil line. That way it will give me just enough space for the paper. So let me cut this real quick and show you. So if it lines up right, it should. So if I fold this down so you can see just the area. And there you go. So I have just that. So now I need to do the same thing to the other side. But first I want to make sure, so I'm going to make this one and this one because I don't want to get my pieces mixed up when I do go ahead and attach them. So let's do the other side now. So I'm going to go just like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. So a little piece of tape, and then line this up to where I need it. And then when I have it where I like it, oops, I did it backwards. So I want it to go like this. So I'm doing it this way. Okay. So let me line this part up. Now I can flip it over and then trace out my line. And you don't have to be exact, like I don't have the tape part there. That doesn't matter because I have the points on my die, so that will show me exactly where I need to go. So let's go ahead and stick this down now. Again, just under the pencil line. And then when I have it where I want it, I'm going to stick it down. and run it through my machine again. Alright, and skip that off. And then this one, so if I fold it, well, it's not going to really fold much, but this one should line up just like that. Perfect. So let me just ink my edges, because I already inked all the other edges, but I just need to get the ones that I just cut. Alright. Now I can go ahead and do what I wanted to do before, was to go ahead and attach this down. So I am just going to eyeball the center, and that looks good to me. So happy with that. And then this is what we have. And if you get it too tight, just go ahead and re-burnish it down. Alrighty, I'll be right back. So now that we have that down there, pattern paper, so that's one. So I'm going to go ahead
and glue that just like that. So let me do that part.
and then I'm going to do the bottom side. So I always make sure, even though I've tested my pieces, I make sure I go through and test them again, because you never know. There's that. So now I need to go ahead and do my star. So this is where we're going to attach our magnet. So let me go ahead and show you. So this is going to get attached just like this. So I am, maybe the white will show better. So I'm going to attach my star right across just like that. So the points of the star are going to the corner edges of right there on that book. So let me go ahead and attach my first star. And then the other side, we're going to put our magnet on. So if I go ahead and attach my disc right to my star, then I know at least it will be covered by the paper, and I just want to back it with a little bit of tape. While I'm waiting for the glue to dry. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that one down. Alright, so make sure you do know where your magnet or your pieces are. So alright, so I'm at this bottom here, which means then I'm going to go ahead and attach my star just like that. So I know all this is going to be covered with the star, and then keep losing my bottom. So then this part here. we have that. And then that will be the part that flips up. And let's get my magnet on here so I know. I just want to make a spot because I want to make sure I know how far my pocket's got to come up. Alright, so that's where my pocket's got to go. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the next piece. So for that one, we are going to use on the edge die number 45. And we're going to go ahead and cut into the pocket. So let me just do this. I want to measure, I want to make sure I'm going to make it the same so both pockets are identical. So this one I measured up 4 inches. So that'll be easy. So I'm going to go 4 inches up. And then this side, 4 inches. And then my pocket is the bottom pocket is the swoop down part. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it like this. And get some tape. So again, centering it to the space, and I'm putting this at the 4-inch mark. So I'm happy with where it's at. Go ahead with that and cut that out. All right. Now this is where it's going to get fun because as you can see on my pocket, it says stacked pocket. Well, I did that out of this one sheet. So let me show you. And we're going to have to cut our pattern paper, but now, so these are the 2 halves. Literally, I just flipped it up, and voila. Now you have 2 pockets. So let's go ahead and get our pattern paper down. So again, on the pattern paper, the bottom one, so my bottom piece, I want to match with this. So this is my bottom. That's where I want to put it. So again, I'm going to do that trick with the tape. So basically this is going on top, but I'm going to put it underneath so I have it lined up where it needs to be. So I'm centering it to the area. And make sure it looks good. It looks good to me. So I'm going to trace this out. And then for this, I'm going to go ahead and put this on. So now the bottom piece is what I want. So I'm going to come, my pencil line is right here, and I'm going to put this right under the pencil line. So I like it like that. So again, the bottom piece is the one I want, and my pencil line is right here. So it's above that. So let me cut that one. Okay, and let's make sure we're good. And that looks good to me. Perfect. So let me go ahead and ink up those edges. So on this, I need to add my magnets. So what I'm going to do is just do a dry run. So I'm going to line this up again. And let's put a little more glue on my magnet. So I'm stamping it there, and that's where my magnet needs to go. So let's take it off now. and attach it down with some tape because I don't want it to move. And then this is going to get glued right over the top, just like that. And I'll remove the tape. So I'm going to make sure I line all this up perfect first. Because don't forget, you have the tape on the magnets, so. Make sure that's stuck down. Piece, that is good to go. And we need to go ahead and do this part here. So we're going to end up attaching it like this. So we need to go ahead and cut our next piece, which I think I'm just going to do it out of here. So for this one here, I can do this one a little different, and that just because I want to be able to use the wreath part, because this part down here isn't going to matter. So I'm just going to kind of do a good guess. Hopefully I'm centered to where I need. Let's find out. Because what I want is the arch of this wreath. So let's see if I'm kind of close. Maybe. Looks good. I was just holding it to the light. So let me go ahead and cut this one out, and then I'll show you what I'm trying to do. Alrighty. So, cool. So I got the wreath right there. Let me just ink this one. Alright, so let me just see. Okay, so I can go ahead and glue this down, and then I'll show you I need to cut it. So I only got glue on part of it because I'm only concerned with the top. So now I don't need any of that on the bottom, so I can go ahead and chop that off. Because this is going to be our bottom pocket. So this is going to go like that. Now I need to go ahead and attach this piece here. So let's get that one stuck down. And we are almost done. So there's this one. So now for these here, what I want to do is I'm going to make a pocket. I want to run a bead of glue down this side and this side, going as close to the edge as possible, because I don't want to glue too much, because that's going to be my pocket. So, sugar. Hold on. Alright, let me set this down on here. So I'm lining it up there and there. Oops. That's what I have. So this will be a pocket here and then a pocket in the back. And then this has got to go on just like this. So we're going to go ahead and do a bead of glue in a U shape now. Just like that. And I'm going to line this up to the bottom and the sides. Alright, I'm going to give that a second to dry, and then I will be back. We'll show you how it's all magnetized. I'm all good and dry now, and my magnetic closure. So again, 2 more pages now featuring cute little stars. So these ones I think are going to go, so we open up our book. So this will go in position. So here's the cover, page 1, page 2, what is it? Cover, 1, 2, 3. So it'll be the 3rd page, but we're going to go on this side of the flap. So let's just go ahead and get this one stuck down. So this one's going to go right here. I like that. So there's that one. We go over here, and then of course now we're going to do this side. And it looks good to me, so I'll stick this page down. Where am I? Oh. Alright, so this is where we're at. So our book is getting big. My light's playing games. So this is what we have so far. So I need the back side of this page, and then my cover. And we are looking pretty good. Alright, so I figured out another page that we can do. This one's just going to be a very simple pocket page. So let me get some paper to show you. So, oops. This obviously is just for showing you. So the top star here is sealed all the way down, and the bottom one is not completely, but I wanted to have like that nice little look. So this part here could be just something to hold a photo mat or something in there. So let me go ahead and do that. So we're going to mirror image this, because this is going to go on the opposite of this page here, and then the other one will go on the back side of that page. So let's go ahead and make this one. So this is super simple. Again, keeping with the theme, a star on every page. Oops, and I just, a little tip of my star came up. Alright, so I went ahead again, cut out 2 base pages using the Crealies Mix XXL die number 24, and then I used 95 for my pattern paper. You would think by now I should know these numbers, but I don't remember them all the time. So this page here, just going to go ahead and stick that down. So now again, like I said, I want to mirror image it. So my bigger star is going to be here and my little star there. So I cut out my star pieces. And let's go ahead and stick this one down. There's that one. So for this one here, I want to put it approximately right about here, so the points. So what I'm going to glue here, 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 and here. So let me show you. So because I want to leave it open for my pocket. So that's where I put the glue, and then it's just going to go like this. So I'm going to make sure we're lining up, and we have that. So now the top part will be open, and then I just want to offset it with my other star piece. like that. And then this again is just going to go right here, and that's going to be completely glued down. So let's line it up. So there's that. Again, now we have just the little pocket. And we can go ahead and attach these pages now. So this is going to go on this side. So I need to do a U shape around here. So let's get that on. And I think we'll wrap this one up with this video, and then the next video we will work on the cover and the rest of the pages. So just like before, I'm going to go ahead and snip off part of that. And let's make sure we're all lined up. So let's open this part up and the tape. Oops. Okay, that looks good. And then let's get this tape off and we'll add some glue. So this album is already pretty thick, so that's why I'm completely sealing in these pages. Although if you wanted to, whoops, you could take and leave the ends open to make like a pocket. However, this album's got a lot going on already, so I didn't want to chunk it up. Okay, and that stuff down. Open up this so I keep squishing it. There's that one. Let's do the back one now. So that one's going to go right here, just like that. So again, let's get some tape on it. It's funny, sometimes when I start these, I never know what direction I'm going to go in. And then I always think like, oh, what idea can I come up with? Hopefully I come up with an idea, but I always do. Once I get started and in the groove of it, it becomes pretty easy. Alright, and let's open this up, and then just want to lift that up so I don't squish it. And take that tape off. That looks good there. So let's go ahead and add some glue again. Just for a little added stick. There we go in that one. And our book is coming along nicely. So let me take you a quick walk through what we did. And So this page here, this one here, when we do the next video series, we'll work on the cover and that page. And so we have our little pocket here, and then our little pockets with the flap. We're going to put some photo mats and stuff in there. And then, of course, then we have our section here that opens up. It's not going to all fit in the camera, so this was in the first video where we just go ahead and open. So we have those. And then we open up over here, a pocket at the top, and then this magnet one here. And then, of course, then we come over to this side again with our little pocket here. And then this will be our last page and our back cover. So as you can see, it is quite a chunky little album. Alrighty, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and you're having fun making this along with me. If you're watching this on the Crealies YouTube channel or Patty's Crafty Spot, if you're not already subscribed, we would love it if you would hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye!